I'm sharing with you this Monster Mash Chatroom. It's an app that came from a couple different ideas that came together recently for me. One, I really love taking LLMs out there and bouncing ideas back and forth between them to see if they can improve them, if there's consensus. It's kind of been a fun activity I've been doing a lot lately. And I thought it'd be neat to show what it's like having these LLMs engage with each other, but doing it in a way that takes also my love for Halloween and applying it and ultimately dressing up, so to speak, in costume, all these different LLMs and having them hang out in a Monster Mash chat room as classic monster characters. So here you go. You can already see some of the fabulous monsters have already been engaging. And so I can come in and say, are we partying in the graveyard tonight? And we'll have to give it a second for them to come back and engage, but you can already see that Wolfman's the eager one. Wolfman's always ready to go and have a good time. So that is not surprising. We may or may not get more of them. There we go. Drax showing up. But yeah, it's a way if you want to, you can spin this up because I've actually shared the code on my GitHub repo, and it allows you to, load it, to run it locally. You actually don't need to plug in an API to it. You can, but it can run in this demo mode that I have that has some standard templates that can be pulled for each of the different monsters. You can see here we've got these are our personas that exist right now. And we have, all the information you're going to need in terms of like how this runs, how to set it up, how to expand on it if you want to. In terms of the way it runs, a couple key things to note. I plugged in Kafka to this, which gives it an event bus to work with in terms of processing the chat. It's not necessary. I actually have the option where you don't have to have that installed and used. It was more my way of being able to experiment a little bit with event buses and what that could look like if I had a queue of messages that I was trying to process, a large queue of messages. This is very much not that. When a human engages, when somebody posts into the chat room, it really just goes into this post, and the post then publishes it to the event bus. Which in my events doc, and by the way, I didn't even go over this, but basically the architecture is using FastAPI, which is Python based. Definitely React and React Native are good options out there if you're going to get something that's like a more interesting and engaging front end, but I was going for something pretty classic and basic. And in relation to all that, when you like I said, when you post a message, it goes to the event bus. The event bus can be in memory or it can be a Kafka, and it's going to publish it. It's going to publish it out, and these subscribers that are these long-running processes for each of the individual personas that are out there will be checking for that message and trying to see if it's something that they want to engage with. The agent runner in particular is going to be looking at those messages, determining, is this something that I wrote, or is there any specific constraints that I have about my persona that's going to make me not want to respond. But if I do want to respond, and I'll make sure that I give it a little bit of time to respond so it's not too quick, because this was fun when I wrote it originally and it just ran on a endless loop super fast. So I also have a panic script in here that allows you to easily stop all the things should that happen to you at any point. But basically you would generate a persona reply, and the persona reply is going to take into account, things like more information about these specific personas, who they are, what they're interested in, gives them basically a system prompt. You can also see here in this that each of the personas have things like trigger words, so they look for these words in the messages that you send out. They also have things that help determine, are they going to respond when you're generating the response, like their probability or how long they should wait before they respond, because I wanted to give them a little bit more of a human-like engagement. When you generate the response, it will go in and it has it goes into settings and makes sure that, is the API for the LLM set up? And if so, I'm going to try to use it. And if not, I have a couple fallbacks. I might try again because you have the ability to use different LLM APIs for every single monster, but you also have the ability to use the same one for all of them or for some of them. And that's all stuff you can configure in your environment variables. But if you don't have anything with the APIs currently engaged, then it will just default into this demo option. So down here is your demo reply. It will generate randomly from these templates versus if you did actually have the API for the LLM connected, it'll pull the system prompt from the persona and also combine it with the last 20 messages that were in the chat queue so far. So that would be sent off to the LLM. The LLM would engage with it, send back a response like this. And last but not least, when you are creating this, you're going to want to duplicate the .env.example file and just make it .env. And this is where you can put your keys in, and more importantly, this model routing persona model map. Couldn't make that harder to say than if I wanted. This is where you can set the different models to the different personas. So yeah, have fun. Oh, and make sure you don't push your API keys up onto GitHub. It happens to all of us, but definitely this is set so that you should keep it to just sharing your .env example and not publishing your .env file. But yeah, play around, try it out, check it out, see what you think, send me feedback if you want. And, I hope everyone out there has a happy Halloween.